Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dr. Phil here, and I'm just going to give you an update on that dam in Ukraine just before I go and do a live stream with some opals, which is a bit more of a less depressing topic. So, what's happened? There's two things that I'm going to talk to you about. One is a few personal insights that I thought about, and then, of course, there are insights that everybody else is starting to realize. So, the first of those is what everyone else is starting to realize, and that is that, yep, the river is going to return to normal a lot faster than most people predicted, and, well, that's obvious because they didn't really consult hydrologists before they did this, did they? No! They just blew it up for funsies. But, so the Russians are panicking a little bit, I do believe. They're probably going to have to throw some troops back in that area, and there's this assault that's going on at the moment, so that will be rather inconvenient for them, but hey, what do you know? The second thing is that I'm going to show you is this. The insights, insights from the Kakhovka Dam and the Dnipro River as presented by our good old BBC. So you can see here that this is what we call an infrared image. Hello there, Dr. Phil from the future in editing here, just mentioning that infrared light is absorbed by water, making the image black. Sorry, got tongue-tied. Is water will actually look black on an infrared image. So you can see this is essentially the black silhouette of a river, obviously the Dnipro River. So you can see this is the before shot, so you see a nice, very, very regulated river, and the dam is up here, and there's the reservoir. So we move down to the after shot, and everyone's so concerned with this area, and obviously it's nasty, so yes, we should be concerned. And you can also see the charge of water going up here and up here a bit as well. That's all very, very interesting, but let's just zoom in over here, shall we? If we zoom in over here, we'll actually see something rather interesting, and that is this particular thing here, this feature just above here, and some of these features here. What is that telling me? Okay, it could be a boat or something like that, but I'm reasonably certain that that is the remains of a bridge. The reason why I'm telling you this is another thing that people probably didn't think about when they were doing this whole dam thing was that the way that the water actually arrives and dissipates is very different before and after the dam. After the dam, it's violent. All the water goes everywhere. But before the dam is a much different story. What do I mean by that? When the dam was first built, a whole heap of settlements were evacuated. But the water didn't exactly come crashing through. The water rose at a very gentle pace. And so that means that the water, although it's a powerful medium, it didn't necessarily do the kind of damage you would expect where the dam has broken. It would have gone up very, very gently. And when the dam was breached, the water level would have gone down very gently. So, who cares? The fact of the matter is that if there were any infrastructure, roads, bridges, whatever else, they would have been essentially put into suspended animation. Yeah, if there's a bridge there, there's a good chance that it's still functional. That means that even though Russia has been spending an awful lot of time making infrastructure and whatever else, it might all be for naught because there might just be a very simple crossing upstream that they haven't even thought about now that they've blown the dam. Second insight that I wanted to talk to you about was the actual blowing of the dam, who's responsible, and was it a good idea in the first place? I've been thinking about this a lot. And although we are quick to say Russia is evil for doing it, and they probably are a little bit evil for doing it, there is one thing that we have not considered in all of this, the fact that this dam has already been badly shelled. It's unstable. It was unstable. And so that meant that this dam could have broken back then, when the Russians are alleged to have done it, or it might have broken now, or it might have broken a year in the future. No one knows. So essentially that dam was a ticking time bomb in which no one got a chance to look at the clock. So what Russia has done, in one sense, is actually quite sensible. The dam is completely unknown as far as a quantity is concerned. It might have been ready to give way, and they decided to just blow the dam on their timescale to make sure that they could get the evacuation sorted and make it slightly inconvenient for Ukraine. I don't know about the morality of that. I'm just telling you the science. The next thing is, I thought long and hard before revealing the fact that infrastructure might be available, and I have deliberately said that, and there's a good reason for that. The fact of the matter is that it completely escaped my attention that a couple of years ago there was a catastrophic nuclear accident a few kilometers to the north of this dam. That was the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. This I just did not factor into my calculations, and a lot of material that was blown out at that time would have ended up in this river. Now, it would have been covered with a nice layer of silt. It would have been relatively inert once the river had dealt with it in that fashion. That's how we deal with an awful lot of pollution. We say, don't touch it. Keep it away. Do not mess with it in any way, shape, or form. The problem is that now that the dam has been blown, that is no longer an option. For a start, a whole heap of soil would have been scoured away at the dam site. And secondly, a whole heap of dust and debris that would have been active in the 1980s has now been exposed. That's a problem. That's a big problem. And so although I think it probably will be feasible for the Ukrainian army to cross the river now that the dam is blown, I think it's a bad idea. And so I'm okay with highlighting the risks that that river might be breached because I don't want anybody getting radiation sickness. I think maybe everyone should just do things the traditional way, or maybe not fight at all. That'd be a good idea. But as they have said repeatedly, if Russia stopped fighting, the war would end tomorrow. If Ukraine stopped fighting, Ukraine would end tomorrow. So I understand everyone's perspective in this. But let's end this war and let's fix up this problem, because I think we are going to be experiencing an awful lot of headaches for everyone, not just the Ukrainians, a few years down the track just because of this particular incident. That's all I have for you at the moment. Hopefully I'll see you in the live stream very soon. Dr. Phil out.